Live. It's awesome. So, hey, welcome everybody. Today I'm speaking with Christie Miller. I'm going to call you the healthy living architect.
That's what I am.
Right? And so if you've ever felt like out of balance, stressed, full of anxiety, and maybe a little extra weight as you're building your business, I know we've all kind of seen that, foggy brain, etc. We're going to talk today about how to stay healthy while you're building your business, which I think is, Christy, I think it's like the biggest challenge for entrepreneurs, especially women, to have a whole support system around their health and wellness as they're building their businesses. We have a tendency to just get all one focused on the business and go, I'll lose the weight later.
Yeah.
I'll get healthy later. So I found, at least for myself, I've done that too. It's kind of crazy. So, my intention today is that you guys get some really great tips and some things that you can apply directly into your business today. And I wanted to welcome you to Real, Raw, and Relevant TV, the place to be to build an awesome business and a life that you love. I'm Bennett of Renegade Branding, where we help you build an authentic brand and messaging so that you can take your expertise into the world and just really enjoy what you're doing and have it move with grace and ease because you're being truly yourself. So today, Miss Christie, shall I give you a little introduction?
Sure. Whatever you want. It's your show, Ann. I'm just here to support your viewers too.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna read this because I thought it was kind of cute. You're a native Californian. Hey, I'm like a third generation native myself. People often think I'm a New Yorker just because I lived there for so long. But Christie's a woman who, and I'll attest to this, who freaking loves a life and loves a challenge. This girl is unbelievable, unstoppable, and really loves to work with people and help them lose weight and live healthy life while they're building their business. Christie, I thought this was kind of cool. You are different than anybody else. Well, we know that to be true. Also, that you've been a financial analyst, corporate attorney, interior designer. I don't know how those all relate, but it kind of winds back with the LA Sheriff's Department. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. I love women with guns. Can I say that out loud? That's so crazy.
That one was just a midlife badassery, not to be confused with crisis.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, you have these wonderful programs around Eat, Train, Win, foolproof blueprint based on the 3 tenets of eating healthy, training daily, and winning happiness. I think that's so true. I train every day. Whether I'm walking, I just came back from the gym, so a lot of times my hair looks perfect. After I get out of the shower from the gym and we do these shows. But, Christie's the kind of person that you just want to be around her energy. It's so positive and it's so awesome. And so today, we're going to talk about weight loss and healthy living tips, which I think is so essential, especially for women entrepreneurs in building their businesses. I think I said in my little thing I sent out, it's like the entrepreneurial 15 pounds just kind of happens. All of a sudden you're like, I'm wearing stretch pants all the time.
Well, there is something about, for those of us that are fortunate enough to work from home, yoga pants, whether you do yoga or not, seem to be the entrepreneur's outfit.
Exactly. So, I have one of my friends, he's always going, you got to ditch the yoga pants. I think it's part of wanting to be comfortable amongst, all the things that we do. We're really pushing the envelope and being really, really uncomfortable in our businesses and learning to love that, of course. So sometimes it's just like I'm wearing my Uggs and my stretch pants around the house, and that's that.
I'm actually fully dressed today. I've already been out of the house, went to the bank, went to the juice bar. So I actually have nice loafers on, jeans. I'm fully dressed. That is rare.
Awesome. That's great. So, tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of all these different careers you've had. How did you kind of either melt them all together or leave them and go over into the health coach kind of category?
Yeah, actually it's kind of funny because I didn't grow up saying I wanted to be all these different things. Well, actually I did, some of them. And so I believe that the way to know that something was supposed to happen is just look at the fact that it happened. So I came out of college, wanted to be a financial analyst, did that for 5 years. That was very intentional. And then decided to take the GMAT and the LSAT. So the GMAT is for MBA, LSAT is for law school. And I honestly didn't know which route to go. So I put it in God's hands, the universe's hands, the Great Pumpkin's hands, whatever you believe in. And just said, whichever test I score higher on, I will let that be the indicator of where I'm going. So I did really well on the GMAT, and I thought, okay, MBA. And then I got my LSAT scores back, and it was top 1% of the nation.
Oh,
okay. My mother always told me that I should be a lawyer because I constantly argue. Perhaps she was right. So I went to law school, and that was all. Like, it was coherent because I wanted to be a corporate attorney and I had the finance background and having been a business major. And I really loved what I did. I was flying on private jets around, the States doing deals. And the day before an $8.6 billion deal was to close, and I was the lead attorney on that, my dad died. And he died of preventable diseases. He was a workaholic. I was a workaholic. He ate crap. I ate crap. He smoked too much. I drank too much. And this was kind of my wake-up call of, while my life from the outside looking in looks perfect, I've got the convertible Mercedes, the hot husband, the beach house, I was actually miserable. And I was treating myself so poorly. So I kept the convertible Mercedes. I kept the beach house. I kept the hot husband. And I ditched the legal career. And that was when I just decided that I was going to focus on health and happiness. We ended up tearing down our house and rebuilding it. And I was the interior designer that worked on it just by chance. I didn't even know I had that part of my brain. And that created another career because it ended up being published in Coastal Living magazine. And everyone was asking me, who's your designer? So I had gone back to interior design school just to learn the basics. And then I did that for a while. And then I just woke up one morning realizing I didn't want to talk to any contractors, let alone sleep with them, except my husband who owned a roofing contracting business. So I ditched that. And then just one day I was bored watching TV and there was a reality show on. I looked at my husband. I said, that looks like fun. He looked at me. He rolled his eyes. I think he might have said, oh, here we go again. And what we were watching on TV at the time was called The Academy, and it was a reality show filmed on site at the LA County Sheriff's Academy training facilities. And next thing I know, I had a badge and I was carrying a gun, and I was a total badass.
Well, you're very adventurous, obviously, very adventurous. And I think that's a entrepreneurial, DNA. He's someone who's curious and adventurous and willing to take a lot of risk.
Yeah, and I think curiosity is the key to so many things in life. Even in weight loss and healthy living, so often when somebody decides, I probably shouldn't be eating French fries every day like I used to. I shouldn't be eating handfuls of peanut M&Ms every day like I used to. I shouldn't guzzling Diet Coke every day like I used to. What happens when you make the decision to change, what happens is you put up these walls and these roadblocks thinking it's going to be so hard. But if we can stay curious like I did and figure out, how is my body going to react to this? How am I going to feel better? How am I going to sleep better? Maybe I can actually enjoy a vegetable, because I used to be the card-carrying vegetable hater. And I love that you brought up that word curious, because by using curiosity, I went on to lose 31 pounds. And that curiosity is what led to me creating Eat, Train, Win.
Yeah, that's so great. Because I think, what you were saying about, we kind of make things really hard. And I know you have a similar kind of fun-loving curiosity like I have. So it's the way to learn, to me, the way to learn something is to just be curious about it and just be like what you were saying, okay, I ate that cookie, yay. How do I actually feel after?
Yeah. Yeah. And
20 minutes after or something.
Yeah. So get curious of, let's just say that the cookie wasn't planned, because I believe in planned indulgences. I don't believe in perfection. I'm kind of the 80-20 girl when it comes to eating healthy. And it's like, so if the cookie wasn't planned, get curious. Why did I eat the cookie? What was I feeding? Was it just lack of impulse control? How do I feel now physiologically? Am I getting a headache? Am I craving more sugar? Am I tired? Am I feeling guilty? Which I don't believe in food guilt, but everyone suffers from it. What's going on? And then the final equation, let's go back to math. Was it worth it? And sometimes if that cookie was mind-blowingly good, it's worth it. If it's not mind-blowingly good, which is one of my requirements for having a planned indulgence, like skip it. Like it's like you wouldn't go blow or spend or invest $500 on a pair of boots unless they were mind-blowingly amazing and you couldn't live without them. And yet we blow all our calorie budget on stuff that doesn't even taste that good. And what's the point when we could be spending more wisely? And I gotta it may get a little loud in here. One of the joys of working from home is I do have a Labrador, and she's getting a little rambunctious. And unless I get up, nothing's
bring her on. I think that's so true. It's really what I do. It's like I'll be like at a party or someplace, and people are like passing out the desserts, and I'll be like, "Well, is it really, really, really good?" Because if it's not really, really good, I'm not going to be eating that.
Well, I remember the last time we were at Eat Women together, you were eating one of the dessert cookies, and that was not on my plan for the day. So I asked you to describe it. Remember, I was like, how is it? Is it really good? And you were like, yeah, it's really good. And I kind of got to live vicariously through you that day. I think I had a chocolate brownie planned later on at the week at my favorite restaurant. I was like, yeah, that's where I'm going to indulge. It's just checks and balances, just like running a business. We can't overspend our revenue or we're going to get into some financial problems. It's the same with health, identifying where I want to indulge and where I want to stay, straight down the healthy path.
I think that's, it's really fascinating because I used to do a lot of training in the gym and it'd be on a very, very strict diet during the week. And then one day a week I could, if I wanted to, right, I could have dessert or I could have a glass of wine or something like that. And essentially what happens is like one glass of wine starts to taste like rocket fuel. You're like, oh, did I ever really drink that? That's so wild. But when you're doing it all the time, you're kind of not really noticing what you're eating, or how it really feels when it goes in your body.
Exactly. And as entrepreneurs, we have to be really conscious of what we're putting in our body, because I remember writing a blog years ago, cookies, cakes, and breads makes you stupid. Or makes you and it's actually true. I mean, they have done research on mice and probably on people these days too, where if they feed them these simple carbohydrates and these sugars and have them do a maze, they do worse at the maze after they've eaten these things because the brain is just going haywire. So it's something to remember, like food really is fuel. It should also be enjoyment. I will never be one of those healthy living coaches that says, food is fuel, not enjoyment. It's both, but you have to realize what are we putting in our bodies and what are the reactions that we're having for that. So if you're going to have a bunch of sugar, don't try writing anything that you got to sound smart afterwards, because it's probably not going to come through that way.
It's not going to go too well. That's great.
Yeah.
So how much time, like I know you were talking a lot about, I calendar when I'm going to have an indulgence, or I calendar. How much time do you think an entrepreneur needs to actually spend focusing on eating healthy and putting in, I know for myself, it's always a challenge to stay in kind of a regiment way of eating. How much time do you think people should spend? And do you have any tips on the easiest way to kind of do that?
Yeah, actually, I mean, I always start small with them. And, you know, for somebody that has not been doing anything healthy, concentrate on their health at all, what I say is start with 5 minutes. Do a 5-minute action that is healthy every single day. So it could be preparing a healthy meal, you know, a salad. You can do that in 5 minutes. Or walking in place, or doing jumping jacks or push-ups or sit-ups or something for 5 minutes. Set the bar super, super low so that you can jump over it, and you start building the confidence that, hey, yeah, this isn't so bad. I can actually do it. I truly believe that we can all live super healthy on 30 minutes a day. It's really that easy. And if we start saying you have to go to the gym for 2 hours and you have to grow your own vegetables and everything has to be organic, like I wouldn't be healthy. If that's what I thought I had to do, all or nothing and perfectionism would actually jump into my brain, and I would think, oh, I can't do all that, so I'm just going to do none of it. But the truth of the matter is, I got to where I am today, living so healthy and feeling good, and my blood works good, via baby steps. So, you know, start small, and then 30 minutes a day is really all it takes. And if somebody here right now is watching this and saying, I don't have 30 minutes, I'm sorry, I'm going to call bullshit on you. And yes, it's bullshit. I can't even sugarcoat that, because we all waste a certain amount of time in our day, and you can clearly find 30 minutes.
And do you feel that the 30 minutes should be all at once? Can it be broken up, or how do you?
Yeah, it can be broken up. Like even in terms of exercise, if you could do 2 10-minute bouts of high intensity exercise, whatever your high intensity is. For someone in a wheelchair, it may be, you know, lifting, doing some weights for 10 minutes and getting your cardio up. For someone else, it may be sprinting at an Olympic class, you know, athlete's sprint rate. It doesn't matter. It's what your high intensity is. And just to get that interval training in where you spike your heart rate and then come back and recover. People want to make it so complicated, but push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, lunges, wall sits, tricep dips, all that's all you need. If you have a body, you have a built-in gym. You don't have to pay $130 a month for a gym. You can do it all at home if you have a body. And I'm pretty sure everybody watching this has a body, right?
Yeah, wall sits. Those are killer. You can do that right in your living room or in your bedroom or in the hallway.
Yeah, I do mine while I'm brushing my teeth because I have one of those Sonicares that goes for 2 minutes. You know, I'm not a big believer in multitasking because I think we end up sucking at whatever we're multitasking at. But in that instance, wall sit while brushing teeth, perfect multitasking.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. You know, I'm a real gym person. To me, if I don't go work out in the morning or move my body in the morning, I'm probably not going to move my body that much.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I do, you know, sit a lot like everyone else in front of the computer doing, you know, emails, doing whatever. And I usually try to take 2 or 3 breaks during the day where I just go out and walk around the block and do some things outside because I start to feel really housebound.
Yeah.
You know? And I guess those could be the times when I'm like skipping down the block or running or doing something kind of fun.
Exactly. And I don't have my Fitbit on right now because it's over there charging. But the Fitbit is a great thing for entrepreneurs to get because it will buzz at you at 50 minutes past the hour and remind you if you haven't gotten in 250 steps. And I tell you, I mean, there's times where it's buzzing at me and I'm telling it to shut the H up because I'm like, hey, I'm in the middle of writing a very important email. No, there is nothing more important than my health. There really is not. So it's important to just get up throughout the day. And I agree with you, Anne. If I don't do my workout in the morning, there is a 99.9% chance of it not happening. Today I had an early morning interview, and I couldn't do my workout beforehand and still do my regular morning routine because I get up at 4:58 every morning except Sundays, and there wasn't room to fit in the workout of the day. So I actually have it in pen in my calendar later on today. And there's even an alarm set on my computer to remind me, because I dislike working out in the afternoon or evening. I like getting it over with.
Me too. People ask me all the time, oh, you must love the gym. I'm like, no, but I do love what I feel like after the gym.
Yes, that's exactly it. And I always have my clients fast forward, be a time traveler to 2 hours from now, whether it's with eating or with going to the gym. In that moment when you are deciding to do your workout or not, how do you want to feel in 2 hours? Do you want to feel proud? Do you want to feel accomplished? Do you want to feel satisfied? Or do you want to feel like you made up some BS excuse again and let yourself down? Same with food. Do you want to feel energized? Do you want to feel light? Do you want to feel great? Or do you want to feel like, oh man, I lied to myself again. I let myself down again. And I feel like crap right now because I got a burger and fries in my belly and I'm trying to get some work done. It's just fast forward a couple hours and ask yourself, how do you want to feel? Same with, entrepreneurs. When we're doing our business, so often we hit a project that's hard and we keep pushing it and procrastinating. It always feels so much better to just get it done. And I need to remind myself that too. Because we are adventure seekers, there's something about doing something at the last minute and that adrenaline rush. Mm-hmm. But that's also a defense mechanism, because what's really going on in the subconscious mind is, I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. And if we procrastinate and do something at the last minute, we also have that justification of, well, it wasn't that good, or it didn't sell because I didn't have enough time. So we're trying to make
this little story. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day. I was like, well, I can, I kind of get together with my girlfriends and I say, this is what's happening, right? I didn't get enough sleep. I had to take my friend's dog to, intensive care in the middle of the night, whatever. There's all these reasons and they're really good. But at the same time, it's like, you just kind of spiral into this. It just goes down. It doesn't go up, right? Yeah. The only way you can make your energy go up is actually do those things that you said you're going to do no matter what.
Yeah. And that's, I'm in training with Jesse Itzler. Oh, I think I'm missing. Excuse me. Oh. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. I'm in training with Jesse Itzler, who is one of the owners of the Atlanta Hawks, and also has made so much money in his jet business, which he sold. He's just had a series of amazing businesses, which have led him to be a billionaire. And one of the greatest things that I learned from him is successful people do what they need to do when they don't want to do it. And that's really the key to success, to happiness, to health, is honor your commitments to yourself. It's really that simple. We keep looking for this magic pill, this magic answer, the magic webinar formula, the magic marketing, the magic.
I wish those things worked.
It's really just do what you have to do, even when you don't feel like it. And just put on your big girl pants, pull them up, and get it done.
Yep. And I think it's just even doing a little bit, even doing some of it. Because once you start to do it, it kind of perpetuates itself. It's that whole thing about a body in rest stays in rest, and it takes that kind of energy to move yourself forward. But once you are moving, that's why I just get my ass out of bed. People ask me all the time, oh, you must be really excited about getting out of bed in the morning. I'm like, no, I like to be in the covers, but like I've got set up, I've got to be at the gym at a certain time, and I know I'm on phone calls and I'm doing all this stuff. So it's like the world is calling me.
Well, yeah. I mean, do I like it when my alarm goes off at 4:58 a.m.? No, but 4, 5, 8, that adds up to 17, which is my lucky number. So that's when my alarm goes off. Unless you're sleeping on a bed of nails, I don't know anyone that is like, yay, it's cold outside and I get to pull off my comforter and rip my naked body out of bed. No, we'd rather be comfortable and sleep. But again, it's doing the things that it takes, pushing through the fear, pushing through the discomfort, and just going for it, playing to win. I'm all about teaching women how to play to win, whether I'm teaching my weight loss clients how to play to win or teaching my health coaches, because I have a business coaching division, teaching my health coaches how to play to win, how to take their business to the next level. It's all about playing to win. Forget placing and showing or losing. Go all in and be in it to win it. That's what life is all about.
Exactly. I have a saying, it's not over until I win.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not over until I win. That's the deal. So it's like, how fast, how slow, whatever it is, it kind of doesn't matter. It's all about winning.
Exactly.
And winning some of the smaller things before you get to the large, whatever you think are large. Your large wins.
Like not hitting the snooze alarm, that's winning. Making the bed is winning. Sending the hard email is winning. There's so many ways that we can win. And women in particular have this thought in their head that if I win, it means someone else is losing. And yes, in a foot race, that is the case. But in life in general, we can all win. And the more we win together, the happier and healthier place the world's going to be. It is not about being right and wrong or winning and losing. We can all win together.
Yeah, I agree. It's really awesome. So if you had is that kind of your one piece of advice? If you had one thing that you would tell people about balancing their health and their weight, and I know that you have been extremely inspirational to me. I mean, the story of running up a hill and winning the Porsche, I just was like, what? Awesome.
I think my one piece of advice is, and for those people that don't know, I won a Porsche last year. My business coach was giving away a Porsche Cayenne. There were 700 entrepreneurs available to win, to play. I was in it to win it. I declared that I was winning it, and I won it. And so I think the biggest piece of advice is always just make a decision. So often people are wishing, they're wanting. Wishing and wanting, that's BS. You have to decide to be in it to win it. And of course the fears come up, fear of failure, fear of success. The key is what happens is so many people let the fears be this headwind that slows them down. But the key is to take that fear, put it behind you, and have it be your tailwind that pushes you forward to seek the experts, to seek the support, to seek the accountability that you need to have that fear be a tailwind to your success and your happiness, whether it's in business or in health, in relationships, in life. Feel the fear and just do it anyway. That's where the magic is.
Right. I think that's awesome to take the fear and put it back here. So it's really the tailwind to what you're doing, instead of trying to be, not feel your feelings, which never works too well, or using it as something to push against.
Right, because we are all scared. Oprah is scared. Richard Branson is scared. Tony Robbins is scared. The most successful people in the world have fear. They just use it as a tailwind instead of a headwind. And
I think that's a perfect point, because people ask me all the time, they have that saying, which I love, which is up level, get a bigger devil.
Yeah.
The whole idea that the fear is going to go away or dissipate. The only time it dissipates is if you're sitting on the couch eating bonbons and you're not having any feelings about kind of what you're doing, right? But when you're out there, you got your ass on the line and you're out there, it's all about just being with your fear and going, okay, we're doing it.
It is. I love that. I've never heard that, up level and new devil. I love that, because I think of speeches that I have given at networking events or in my local community, And then when I was asked to speak at Harvard, it was essentially the same speech. And before they introduced me, I literally could not breathe.
Yeah. Harvard. It's Harvard.
It's Harvard. I'm speaking at Harvard to graduate students who are so brilliant. And so all those fears came up. Who am I to speak to these Harvard people? Well, hey, I'm Christie Miller. You know, I'm me. And they invited me, and here I am. But man, the fear. Like, I literally wanted to just crawl inside of myself and say, sorry, I have laryngitis. I can't speak. But I pushed through, and it was one of the greatest things that I've done. It was so much fun and so rewarding. But there's fear. At every level, there is fear. And you just got to ask yourself, do I want to let fear stop me, or am I going to use it to just reach the next level and score an even bigger win?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's so important. So tell us what you're giving away to people. You're giving something really cool.
Yeah, because I know how hard it is as an entrepreneur to balance, you know, your health and your business. I created the Entrepreneur's Life Support System, which goes step by step. It correlates the 10 things that you do to be a successful businesswoman or businessman, and how each of those things that you're already doing in your business, how it relates to your health. So for instance, you're already scheduling time, you know, to meet with clients, and you make that non-negotiable. There's things that you can schedule into your day also to make sure that you're staying super healthy. And then there's 9 other ones. That's just an obvious one. There's 9 other not so obvious things that when you see them, you'd be like, oh yeah, if I do all these things that I do in my business with my health, I'm going to be golden. I'll be winning.
Yeah. And it's really, you know, it just feels good. I mean, people ask me all the time about how come you work so much, or how come you do this, how come you do that? And I'm like, you know what? I'm really enjoying what I do. I'm enjoying my life and my clients and everything. Why wouldn't I be doing that? Yeah. You know, so it's partially just looking at, do you really feel good if you're eating a whole bag of potato chips?
I've been there and I've done that, and I felt really good eating them, but afterwards, not so much.
Yeah, not so much afterwards. I mean, it's okay at the time, right? But yeah. So I think that's really awesome. And if any of you who are watching, I see there's several 4, 5, 6 people watching live. If you have any questions, you could put them in the comment box, and it actually pops up here. If you want to ask Christie any questions, or if you want to, you know, put some questions in the comment box later, Christie will come back and answer any of those things for you. So I don't know if anyone's going to do that, but you know, it's just been great talking to you, because I think that when it comes to the things that we're all challenged by, it's very important to align yourself with other people, mentors, coaches, whomever, that really can support you, that have this energy, this kind of like, you can do it energy. Yeah. You know, like I had a mentor who told me writing is really easy. It's so I think of this all the time. Writing is so easy. And when I really put that on and started doing, you know, I write a lot, obviously everyone writes a lot, especially for the marketing. But when I think of it as this is really an easy thing to do, it becomes easy.
Yeah.
It's not without effort, but it becomes enjoyable, and it becomes more like, you know what, this is really easy. You just do this piece and this piece, and pretty soon you're totally involved in it. Kind of the same thing with your health. It's like, oh, I had a question for you, actually. You know these organizations that like prepare your food for you, like Blue Apron and things like that. What do you think about those as a way to cut down on the time? Like, I like to prepare. I like to eat. Yeah. I like to prepare food. I just don't like to clean up.
Yeah. Well, see, so the secret to that is you need a husband like mine who will do all the dishes after you make a mess in the kitchen.
Well, husband is good. A wife is good. I always say to people, I need a wife.
Yeah. A partner, a friend. Yeah, exactly. I think any tool like that will get people focusing on preparing real food is brilliant. Even whatever baby step, like I am completely into clean eating these days. But 7 years ago, when I started my healthy living journey to lose what ended up being 31 pounds, I was getting food delivered to my doorstep in a box that did not need refrigeration. Clearly not the healthiest choice ever, but that was my baby step. I love today that there are those companies, Plated, Blue Apron, HelloFresh, where they've essentially just created the recipe for you. They put all the ingredients in the box, and then you get to cook them yourselves. I think it's fantastic. I think whatever step is needed, I always meet my clients where they're at. So yeah, I say go for it. Absolutely.
I think it's great. You know, really just taking whatever the first step is to something instead of like, you know, I know for a lot of us, myself included, I get up in my head about how am I going to make this work and what's the investment going to be and how's it's like, just take the first step.
Take the first step and stay in the step you're in. Don't even worry about step 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, with some of my clients, I don't tell them intentionally what the next step is because I know they're going to be analyzing it. They're going to get overwhelmed. And I'm like, this is what I want you to do this week.
I think that's like great advice for business too. I know I do that with my clients. It's like, they don't even know sometimes why they're writing, you know, a manifesto. Yeah. Like, don't worry about it. It's like making a salad. It's that's the tomatoes. Exactly. You just have to know about the tomatoes. You don't have to know, just know it's going to all come together. But just do that first little piece because we have a tendency to want to do it all. And that's where all the overwhelm really happens. Absolutely. So I just wanted to thank you so much for being, you know, sharing your wisdom with everyone and giving that wonderful freebie for people to really start to see how I plan my business is how I should plan my food. And, you know, I'm a real advocate of there are really no boundaries. It's all the same kind of stuff. And you can apply those skills in every area of your life.
Absolutely.
I should give my advice for dating, you know. Dating is like marketing.
Be real and keep it simple. That's all, you know, 2 rules, that's all we need to know.
I think that's the best. And, you know, and hire somebody that can really support you, that you feel, you know, affinity for, you like their energy, their personality, how they make you feel is 10 times more important than anything that you're going to learn. And I always tell my clients, listen, everything I teach, you can look it up it's Google, okay? But that's not what we all need. What we all need is someone like you, someone like me to like really support and be with people through those fear spaces, those resistance spaces.
Yeah. I obviously believe in coaching because I am a coach. Yeah. I have 4 coaches that coach me. And I know without a doubt, I would not be at this level in my business or in my life, in my relationship, in my happiness, if I hadn't been investing so much money in coaching. For some reason, especially women, we think that we have to do it alone, that we shouldn't be reaching out for help. And again, yeah, we can all do it alone. Just enjoy a really slow and rocky road. Like, who wants that? I want connectivity. I want support. I want community. And so that's why I reach out to coaches and mastermind groups and surround myself with like-minded people because that's what's going to help elevate me to the next level.
Yeah, it's really, really important. Keeps your energy at a certain place, or, you know, maybe you're down and somebody else is up. So it's like it pulls you up, which is great. So thank you so much, Christie, for being on the show today.
You are welcome. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Anne.
You're the best. You're the best. And I can't wait to see what new and exciting thing you're up to next.
Oh, stay tuned.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye.